right at us. So giraffe are 20 feet tall, full grown, and they do nothing but eat all day long. They spend 20 hours a day doing nothing but eating.
Sounds like me.
So they don't have much that drives them besides just finding a new area to browse on. We may see some younger ones, like over on the right, that's a bit of a younger giraffe. In the trees on the left, those are male monkeys, and then on the right, that is an elephant. A little bit younger based on the size, but it is probably going to be a male, because if you look around, there's nothing else in the area. Male elephants get very rambunctious as they reach maturity, and they tend to go off on their own. So best guess is that is a male. If you actually see, he's flapping those huge ears. They do that. Doing exactly what I was talking about, launching it on its back. You can see it's got some grass on its head as well. Very, very cool look at those elephants. Now, I don't know if that's a male or female from the distance. But if you do see any larger elephants, that's probably going to be the females. So like the two large ones, the one on the left and the one on the right, those are going to be the females. And one of them is going to be the matriarch, or the most dominant female of the pack. And there's actually a baby way back there. This is the only time we're going to see that baby if it stays where it's at. So right to the left of that huge baobab tree, you can see the hind legs of the baby sticking out. You can just barely see it. See it moving around a little bit. Yeah, just walked out of our view there. So that's probably going to be the only time we're going to see that baby, just because it is back behind the rocks. One laying down, three laying down, four laying down, and then one standing. So it looks like 5 in total. If you look at the one standing, it actually is starting to get some pink feathers underneath that wing there. So it is reaching maturity. They keep those brown feathers until they hit maturity. So those are only probably 5 to 6 months old. They reach maturity very quickly. They reach their full height very quickly as well. Animal in the world. Now you heard me say land is going to weigh right around 5,000 pounds. So you can see how large it is. The hippo is about half that height, but it is almost 500 pounds heavier on average. You see the ostrich way back there, kind of next to their eggs there. And then you can see the zebras on the right and then the zebras on the left. If you look at their pattern, something pretty unique about the zebras. Talk about how territorial they are, but their stripes look identical from a distance, but there's actually some type of deviation in their pattern that makes their stripes unique to each and every zebra.
He was saying wrong, it should have died. They're defending them. They're by the school. Yeah. Must be the legs. Gotta defend the legs. moon! Most beautiful blue water on any Disney film. Honestly, that does look interesting. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Might as well. We're like in an hour and a half line. Might as well. Might as well do it to the bar. You know, things everyone the same year. Everyone the same
Called the RDA created a lot of damage to the area through their bad mining practices and conflicts with the Na'vi. Just like on Earth, it can take decades for ecosystems to recover. One way to understand what's going on with an ecosystem is to study what are called keystone species. These are animals like tigers, jaguars, seals. The banshee is one of these important animals. Dr. Ogden is the foremost expert on studying the Ikron and has spent years researching them.
Now, all of the animals in this forest are active during the day, but they do tend to be a little bit more active at night. That's because most of the animals in this forest are prey, not predators. So you think that they would be able to hide a little bit better at night, but no, they like to walk around. They don't have to hide from their prey as much. Alright, so now we're going to be heading into black rhino territory. However, friends, I do want to warn you, it's becoming incredibly difficult to find black rhinos. That's because, unfortunately, there are less than 5,000 of them left in the world. They are critically endangered, and that is our fault. They don't have any natural predators. Humans are the only thing that hunt them. We keep our eyes peeled, see if they find any movement out here. I don't think I'm seeing too much right now. I wouldn't worry though, rhinos do like to hang out in other spots on the reserve as well, so we're going to keep looking for them. Now, they are hunted for their horns, which are thought to have medicinal purposes, but they're actually made out of the same protein as our hair and our fingernails, which is keratin, so it's relatively useless to humans. We already have that protein ourselves, so we don't need to be hunting for it. Perhaps if people were more aware, they would not be hunted as much, and they would not be as endangered as they are today. Oh, I do actually spot a black rhino. All of the animals here in the savannah do serve their own purpose. Elephants bulldoze down dead trees, giraffes prune the leaves off of trees, and antelope keep the grasses short and trim. So they all do their own part to help keep it a beautiful and healthy place. These reddish-brown structures that are on the left-hand side, those lights there? Oh, that's actually the sunset on the savannah. It does seem to last forever here. All these reddish-brown structures that are to the left and to the right of the track and all over the savannah, those are termite mounds. They're made out of mud, gum, and saliva, and they are as hard as concrete once baked by the sun. When they're taller, elephants use them as scratching posts, and when they're smaller and more rounded, antelope will jump on them, use them as looking points. Helps them see what's going on around or on the reserve. So first, you can see their long horns. They can scratch their own back with them, which is pretty cool. Wish I could do that. But they can also reach temperatures of up to 115 degrees before sweating. And they can go 9 months without drinking any water. They will still get some hydration hydration from their diet, which is mostly made up of vegetation, but they do not need to directly drink water for 9 months. Over there on the hill to the left, you see those two white birds with black tails and yellow bills. Those are the yellow-billed storks, obviously named. Those storks like to eat things like fish, snakes, and sometimes even smaller birds, whatever they can fit into their bill, really. They like to live near calm waters that way.
The park has closed. And that concludes today's vlog. Thank you all for watching. And as always, keep hustling in everything you do in life.